Dear Cancer, you came on a Wednesday and changed everything. I was 32 years old, healthy and happy, or so it seemed. Your only warning was a lump on my right breast. As a precaution, I scheduled a doctor's appointment, meant only to confirm I was fine and send me running back into my life. The mammogram that followed was meant to do the same. But when an ultrasound and biopsy were scheduled, a sinking feeling settled in that even this eternal optimist couldn't shake. As I laid on that table, my mind swirled, and when the phone rang the following day, I knew it was you. And then you hit me, taking my breath away. It was the single worst moment of my life, or so I thought. You likely had come several years before, silently and slowly invading my body. And yet, in an instant, you stole my invincibility and instilled a fear in me that sits just below the surface. Naively, I thought you would be a blip on the radar, a sentence or two in the story of my life, and that by the end of the year, you'd be behind me, and once you were, I'd never look back. Instead, a year of treatment, 8 rounds of chemotherapy, a bilateral mastectomy, 30 rounds of radiation, reconstruction. In that year, you changed me in almost every way possible, but not in the way either of us had expected. In the stares of strangers, you showed me empathy. I saw compassion in their eyes. In their faces, you proved a simple smile could change someone's whole world. In their prayers, you created community and provided comfort. Knowing you would try to rob me of my confidence, you forced me to find my power. In the hours spent sitting still, watching the chemo drip through my AV, you gave me patience. The scars you left serve as a constant reminder that I'm bent, not broken. When I look in the mirror, I see my beauty. I recognize my strength. You gave me those things too. In my medical team, you introduced me to my heroes and proved that angels walk this earth. In my family and friends, you rallied an army around me who stand ready to face you at every turn. In the warriors who came before me, you gave me guides. In those who fought alongside me, you gave me lifelines. And for those who have and will come after me, you gave me my voice. In the absence of an answer to all of the why me's and what ifs, you solidified my faith. I'm simply not meant to understand this, at least not on this side of heaven. Yes, there have been moments so painful they paralyzed me, but you taught me that even in the darkest of hours, there are lessons to be discovered. One being the gift of time. Through sleepless nights and countless doubt, I looked up and the year had passed. I survived. It was time to turn the page. But when we did, there you were again with another warning. This time, showing up and changes to my vision. Another test scheduled, this time an MRI of my brain. The deafening sound of the machine that morning was only outweighed by my thoughts and fears. I knew you were back, and when the phone rang, it was you. A golf ball-sized tumor in my brain. My fear of the unknown is what scared me following the first diagnosis. With the second, I knew what was to come. The stakes were higher, and I didn't see a way out. Fast forward, and much to my surprise, there would only be 3 days of high-dose radiation to my brain. My team seemed confident, but I knew you wouldn't go without a fight. You showed up in all the ways you had before, only this time stronger and more determined. Physically and emotionally, it was rock bottom. For months, I waited, hoping and praying for good news. Hiding behind a fake smile, I was secretly preparing for the worst. But slowly, glimpses of light peeked through. I began to remember all the lessons I had learned, perspective that had dissolved pain, hope that overcame hardship, faith that squashed fear, love that cradled and carried me to this point, and a determination that pushes me to wake up each morning, ready to face you all over again. And every day that I do that, I beat you. I beat you in October 2014 when you first appeared. I beat you in April 2016 when you took another punch. And every single day since, I've done the same. Undoubtedly, you continue to challenge me, and there will be days that stop me in my tracks. Ongoing treatments, scans, and the anxiety that comes with the waiting, scares, loss of loved ones, news of another person who has to walk this path, days when I forget how to breathe, days when I have to dig deep and remind myself that sometimes this fight means facing 1 minute or even 1 second at a time. I'd wish you away if I could, but I've also accepted you as part of my story. Despite everything you took away, I've gained more, and for that I could only be grateful. You taught me never to take any of this life for granted, so I carry you with me, thinking of you often, waiting for you to show up in some unexpected way. But until then, you can find me living and loving life, persisting with positivity, grounded in grace, ready to face you again, hopefully with a little bit of courage. Courageously, Julie.